Welcome to Soul Yoga Online. We hope you enjoy your virtual experience.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me here today. We're going to take a little 15-minute break to get centered in self and in self-care before you carry on with the rest of your day. So let's just take a nice big natural sigh in the nose, out the mouth, shake it out a little bit, maybe lift the shoulders and drop them, maybe check in with the head, a little circle of the neck. Until you can find yourself in a comfortable seat with the head balanced over the hips. And we're going to check in with our five senses. This is a great way to get centered if you find you've got some racing thoughts going on. So we'll start by finding five things in the room that you can see. So find one, look at its color, how far is it from you? Find a second one, different color, maybe different texture or size. Third object in the room that you can see. A fourth object in the room that you can see. I'm looking at my blanket here. And a fifth object in the room that you can see with your eyes. And then we'll shift to our ears. So let's find four things that you can hear in this moment. First thing is the sound of my voice. You're hearing that come through your speaker of whatever you're using. Let's find a second thing. Find a third thing. Is it more distant or more close than that second thing? I'm hearing some weather sounds outside. And the fourth thing, perhaps it's very close. Maybe it's the sound of your breath or your hands moving. And then let's shift to the sense of touch. We're going to find three things in the room that you can touch. So I'm going to start with my blanket here. Feel, is it warm or cool? What's the texture? Receive the sensation of this object in your hands. Let's find a second thing that we can touch in the room. I'm feeling the cool, hard chair rail that's supporting me here. And then a third thing you can touch, maybe it's your own skin. It's really important to give yourself that loving touch, especially when we have less people that we can hug in our daily lives. Zooming in a little closer, we're going to find two things that you can smell. So I can definitely pick up my little essential oil that I put on before class here today. And then maybe there's something a little more distant. Maybe you've got a book that you can open. Old book smell is really yummy. Maybe you've got a cup of tea or something. And then lastly, find one thing that you can taste. Again, maybe this is a beverage you have around or a little snack that you could chew mindfully, or maybe you're just noticing what is the baseline taste that exists in your mouth. Is it sweet? Is it a little bitter, sour? And then let's take a natural breath in and out and notice how your mind is in this moment. Did that exercise bring you a little more fully into the present moment, into right now? Did it pull you out of whatever may have been running around before this moment? It's a really great technique for that. Let's take a little seated fold from wherever you are. We're going to simply give some loving touch to the legs as we slide the hands down and relax the weight of the head. Now that's the main thing, is to let the head go, let the neck go. And every time you exhale, really let yourself collapse in a little bit more. Droopy arms, droopy shoulders. Feel the sensation of your feet on the floor. Continue these nice, slow exhalations, taking things down a notch, turning inward. Maybe 2 or 3 final breaths with the weight of the head falling forward. And then one vertebra at a time will slowly roll up. Each vertebrae reaches for the ceiling in its own turn, until the shoulders slide back. Down the back, we find a slight lift of the head and face. Notice how you feel after that little change of blood flow, elongation of the spine. Let the eyes relax back into the physical headspace. Soften the tongue away from the roof of the mouth in order to fully relax the jaw. Relax open the root of the tongue at the base of the throat, opening up the airways. And drop your weight down into the bones of the pelvis and the feet. Now let's imagine that your feet are growing roots down into the earth. They're going down through the floorboards, through whatever rooms are beneath you till they get to the earth. And then those roots are continuing down into the earth, down past the roots of the flowers, down past the roots of the trees, past the beloved bones of our ancestors, down past all the crystals and sacred minerals, down deep into the earth, until we can get the whole way down to the heat at the heart of the earth, that warmth at the center of the earth. And as you inhale, imagine you can pull a little bit of that earth's life force, that warmth, back up through those long roots into your legs. Keep breathing naturally. Every inhale, we're pulling that prana up out of the earth, into the belly, into the heart. Every inhale pulls a little more life force up out of this earth energy, this grounded, stable, warm, loving presence, until we get the whole way up to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, imagine you're growing branches up out of the crown of your head. So every inhale pulls earth energy up through the body. Every exhale pushes the branches up out through the head. And begin to notice what kind of branches you're growing. What kind of tree are you, or plant? That life energy is sliding up the spine, the whole way up the spinal column, to the brain, up, out through the crown. And these branches are starting to grow things, leaves, flowers, fruit, nuts, whatever needs to grow on this type of tree you're building. Remember to build it in 3 dimensions, not just side to side. And eventually the life force on these branches gets really heavy and droopy and full, like fruit that's been filled up with gold glitter. And this gold starts to drop off of the branches back down into the earth, where that prana is reabsorbed and rises back up through your roots. So we've created a closed system here. Inhale up the body. Exhale, press that energy out of the body. Let it cascade down to the earth, soaking into the earth. And then inhale it back up the body again. This is happening in 3 dimensions. Forward, sides, diagonals. And eventually this flow of energy coalesces, surrendering that tree metaphor, and it turns into a big bubble. And the bubble has a little central column that slides up the middle, which is your body. And then you exhale, that whole bubble surrounds you under your feet. As you inhale, it comes up through the center. Exhale, 3 dimensions out that bubble. It might be a golden bubble or some other color that brings you joy. And eventually, let this bubble grow a little smaller and denser. The color is a little more saturated. The walls are a little stronger, a little closer to you. Remember that this is your own energy that you've used to create the bubble. So we're going to go ahead and welcome that energy back close to us until it settles into our skin. The whole body is surrounded by this gentle golden glow. Just notice, how is this landing with you physically? What does your body feel energetically? Notice what's going on in the mind, in the emotion. So we're letting this gold energy settle into our skin and seep into the cells, into the bloodstream, into the bone, until we're fully permeated with our own life force and with that earth energy. In Ayurveda, one of the words for the immune system is ojas, O-J-A-S, ojas. This ojas acts like a beautiful buffer. So you can imagine this little golden light we've created is like the surface of a bouncy ball, a little rubber, soft but dense. And anything that tries to come at it just bounces off and flies away, and you don't even notice. It doesn't even affect. So let's take a natural breath to let go of that technique, let it fall away, let it be in the past. Maybe give yourself a nice big stretch, maybe a little side to side. And the last thing we'll do here is a bit of Brahmari breath. So once you feel like you're settled in enough that you'd like to really dive inwards even further with your energy, nourishing the bones with a little vibration of sound, we're going to gently close off the sense organs with our fingers as an option. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. And then we're going to hum on every exhalation. So this is a great breath technique, sound technique for when you're feeling overstimulated, which is too much stuff coming in. It connects you to source, connects you to self, and uses that vibration to clear your auric field, you could say, clear your energy, or kind of hit reset in your brain a little bit and in the mind. So I'm going to take my glasses off because I need to be able to feel my eyes. This mudra, this hand position, is very gentle. We don't want to poke at ourselves. We want to just gentle touch, like a petal laying against another petal, just very soft. So eventually you'll use your thumbs to plug your ears, but don't do it right now because you won't be able to hear me. So just set the thumbs there for now. The first and middle fingers will gently rest on the eyelids, just giving a little weight to that top eyelid to fully close them. The ring fingers will sit gently on top of the nostrils, but don't plug your nostrils or you won't be able to do the breath. Just symbolically rest the fingers there. And lastly, the pinky fingers will rest on the crease between the lower and upper lip, symbolically sealing the mouth, the sense of taste, and also preventing prana from leaking out of the mouth. We will do 5 rounds of breath. Every exhalation is a long hum. And feel free to play with different pitches or volumes, especially if there's no one nearby that can hear it. So let's place the mudra on the face. Right? When you're ready, we will inhale, plug the fingers, and begin for 5 breaths. When you feel satisfied with that exploration, let the hands rest. Feel for the change of temperature on the face as the hands have left, coolness perhaps behind. Notice how that breath landed with you in your body. Where did you feel vibration? Where did it land in your mind? Were there opinions and reactions, or was it strange for you to be that? Notice how it landed emotionally with you as well. And let's take one natural breath, so let that all fall into the past. One last little shake out, check in of the shoulders, maybe a little warmth and loving touch onto the legs, grounding yourself again. And we'll bring the hands up overhead for a big inhale. Exhale the thumbs down to the heart. Maybe push the thumbs in so you can feel the sensation of the heartbeat on the chest. Give yourself a moment of gratitude for taking this time out. We'll send gratitude out to everyone in the Soul Yoga community for supporting one another during this time. And we'll acknowledge that the same light lives within each of us. Namaste.
Welcome to Soul Yoga Online. We hope you enjoy your virtual experience.